To cast on with a ruffle yarn that has a mesh structure, you want to pull open the yarn a bit to spread it out. And if the yarn has sort of a rough edge here, what you can do is fold it over itself once or twice, but then treat that folded piece as a single layer of the yarn. In order to cast on, instead of doing a traditional cast on, you're actually just putting stitches onto the needle. The way you do that is to insert your needle near the upper edge of the yarn from back to front so that the stitches end up pointing in the correct direction on your needles when you're ready to knit them. So you're going to again go back to front. In the case of this yarn, the manufacturer recommends going about 3/4 of an inch at a time, but really you can pick any amount of space and really play with how roughly your yarn will end up being. When you have the desired number of stitches cast on, you simply turn the yarn around and knit it as you would any other yarn by putting your empty needle in the stitch and then using the opened mesh as your working yarn. Throwing it up and over, again sticking towards the edge of the mesh and knitting it as you normally would. To bind off this yarn, you can use a traditional bind off. Knitting a stitch, knitting the second stitch, and then passing that first stitch over the second stitch and off the needle, then moving on to the rest of them, knitting one, passing the first stitch over. You want to be careful with this particular type of yarn to do this very loosely. You might want to move up a needle size or two in order to do it, because the tighter you cast off, the more pulled together the edge of your scarf will be.